All right, welcome to the Nootralize podcast with me, Max, and David.
Hello,
Um, Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm on a
Yeah,
walk
yeah, I can
here in the
tell.
south of Sweden. Very nice weather, sun outside,
Yeah, I heard
bit of a
it's
mood
beautiful.
and energy boost. Yeah, nice.
It
How
is.
about you?
Yeah, I'm good, and the weather is pretty fine. It's a bit cloudy today, and but it's sunny also. So, and I'm up in the north of Sweden, so we're actually separated by many miles at this point.
Yeah,
But luckily, we can do everything we need to online.
yeah.
So today we're going through an article that you wrote, David,
Yep.
on the best nootropics for sleep.
Yep. So we reviewed 527 placebo-controlled studies on the effects of 254 different nootropics, and based on this large body of evidence, we have put together lists of different nootropics which are the most science-backed for any specific effects that a nootropic user may be interested in.
Mhm.
And today we are looking at the most science-backed nootropics for sleep.
Yeah. So we are gonna pick out only two of them from this list, and we encourage anyone that is listening to read the rest of the article on our blog, and we'll of course link to that in the video description or the podcast description.
Mhm.
But to start off, um, let's talk a little bit about lion's mane.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us a bit about the evidence that we have looked at
Yeah,
for the selection of lion's mane into this list, and then we can talk a bit more about lion's mane, for example, our experiences, etc.
sure. So the only study, we actually only had one study on lion's mane, and there were 14 participants in this particular study. And I'm not sure what the name of the study is, but they found in this one study that lion's mane has a minute positive effect on sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And we have also found that lion's mane has a small effect on mood, or a minute effect on mood, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Any other benefits, or is that it?
Yeah, that is actually it for the lion's mane. I guess we don't have that many studies on it.
Mm-hmm.
There haven't been that many studies conducted on it, in fact.
Right. Yeah, there aren't very many healthy human placebo-controlled studies on lion's mane, and there aren't actually all that many healthy human placebo-controlled studies on sleep improvement. And that is actually why we have 4 nootropics on the list, whereas we usually have 5 on the list of the most science-backed nootropics for
Sorry,
any
David,
specific effects.
could you repeat that entire sentence because you cut out?
Okay. Well, we don't have as much evidence as regards the effects of different nootropics on sleep versus other effects. So sleep is a relatively under-researched area,
Right,
an under-researched effect.
right. For nootropics, that is.
Yeah, in healthy humans.
Right. Yeah, that is. I mean, I see a lot of advertisements or like people talking like really positively about all kinds of different mushrooms and mushroom extracts. So
Right.
I'm a bit surprised to see that lion's mane only has this one study that we've selected through our inclusion criteria.
Yeah, a lot of the marketing around lion's mane regards cell and animal studies, I think, where it has been shown to increase neuronal growth factor, I think, and so NGF, and that is, of course, not the same quality of evidence as a placebo-controlled study looking at the cognitive or psychological effects of lion's mane would be. So yeah, there is indeed not that much high quality evidence on the effects of lion's mane.
So, but at least like from this, as we said, like from this one study, we have found that there is, for sleep specifically, there has been a minute positive effect. So
right, yeah, so not very large effect and not a lot of evidence.
Right.
So using lion's mane for sleep, although relative to other nootropics, it may be one of the first ones to try, it isn't very evidence-backed, such an intervention.
So,
but perhaps number 3 in the list is.
Right, we'll get to that. But just to cover the risks of using lion's mane, this one study has actually not found any negative side effects, or from the studies that we have examined, we have not found any side effects for lion's mane. And it is legal to buy, possess, and use in both United States and Canada. And that is not to say that it is illegal to buy, possess, or use in any other country. It's just that those are the two sources, or like I think it's the what is it's the FDA, right? The Food and Drug Administration Association.
Yeah, in the US. Administration, in the US.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what organization or what is it?
In the UK?
No, in Canada. What is the?
In Canada.
Yeah.
Well, lion's mane is a natural health product, classified as a natural health product in Canada. So that means it's essentially the same thing as a dietary supplement in the US. I'm not entirely certain what the name of the organization that regulates natural health products is, but it is in general legal to buy, possess, use, and import as well in amounts which are relevant for personal consumption.
Right. I'm actually just now trying to figure out what's the name of it.
Is it super relevant?
It's not really. Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah, sure.
So, if you are looking to try out lion's mane, we would suggest that you use it in a manner that has been used in studies. So the one study that we found, the participants were using lion's mane daily with 2,000 milligram dosages for 4 weeks. That seems like a lot, or is it?
2 grams, was that what you said?
Yeah,
that does seem like quite a bit compared with what you usually find on products of the lion's mane extracts. So usually what is recommended on the product is around 1 gram perhaps, or maybe even just 500 milligrams. So that is quite a large dose.
Yeah, but it fits in a pill, right?
Perhaps 2 pills, I'd say 2 grams.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. You were excited to talk about this one. Third on this list is turmeric.
And well, start telling me about the evidence, and then we'll talk more about lion's mane and turmeric, our experiences.
Right. So for turmeric, we've also only found, or we've only included one study. And in this one study, there were 80 participants. And they found that turmeric has a minute positive effect on sleep as well. And the other evidence that we have reviewed also suggests that turmeric can improve mood, nervousness, memory, physical performance, focus, energy, sociality, learning, and mindfulness at varying side effects.
That's a large list. So an overview of the. Could you please give us an overview of the size of the effects, like which ones are large and moderate and small?
Right. So learning has a moderate effect.
Okay.
And as for a small effect, we have mindfulness, sociality, energy, focus, physical performance, memory, and nervousness, where mood only has a minute effect.
Okay. Okay, the risks of using turmeric?
Yeah, so this is a bit surprising, but it says that we found that less than 60% of participants experienced gastrointestinal complaints. And then less than 10% experienced common cold symptoms, diarrhea, abdominal pain, headache, nausea, stomach discomfort, gastrointestinal muscle cramps, and conjunctivitis. So that is pink eyes, like I guess, pink eyes due to inflammation.
Right.
So that's a weird one, but it seems like it can it can upset your stomach.
Yeah, between 50 and 60%, as you mentioned, seem to have at least some form of mild stomach issues when using turmeric. And this long list of side effects may seem intimidating and scare a lot of people off from using turmeric, and perhaps that's good because you don't want to be using something that's giving you negative side effects, but these are quite mild and you may not experience any negative side effects at all. So I don't think it's dangerous to self-experiment with turmeric just because of these side effects that some people experience.
But I guess if you do try it out and you experience most or some of these side effects, I guess it makes sense to attribute those side effects to the use of turmeric and not that you accidentally had something else with it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for the stomach issues, where it's very common. Yeah.
So like these, I think it's useful to know about side effects. Perhaps there could be like a placebo effect that if you know about the side effects, then you'll experience, like you'll be more likely to experience them. Although. Yeah,
perhaps.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's probably going to more so be the case for like headache and nausea, perhaps even stomach issues, more like psychological issues, I think. Yeah. That's more likely to occur with psychological issues, I believe.
Okay, so as for legality, turmeric is legal to buy, possess, and use in United States, United Kingdom, Sweden, Canada, and Australia. And as I mentioned previously, this does not mean that it is illegal in any other country. It's just that we haven't collected that data.
Right. Well, as a listener of this podcast, I imagine that one may be a bit disappointed in where the science of nootropics is at currently. Like we only have 4 nootropics that have actually had good, healthy human placebo-controlled studies on the effects of nootropics for sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of those nootropics have minute positive effects. So can you just tell us the effect sizes for sleep? You don't have to reveal which the other nootropics are, but tell us a bit about the effect sizes for sleep for the 2 other nootropics on the list.
Well, we do have one that has a large positive effect. So we'll leave that as a cliffhanger for those who want to read the entire article.
Right.
And the other one also has a minute positive effect. So I would suggest going with the first one, or the one that has this large effect, and you can find out which nootropic that is in the article.
Right. Yeah. So perhaps using lion's mane or turmeric could have a very small beneficial effect for some people. Have you used any of those nootropics?
I think I have used lion's mane for a very short time, and I did not notice any effects on my sleep during that period.
Right. Did you notice any other effects?
I think I may have had some effects on memory, but I'm not sure.
Was this a while ago?
Yes. I don't remember. I must have not had like incredible effects of it, because it's the memories are vague.
Right. Perhaps you need some lion's mane to recall. Yeah, I think that lion's mane has some modulatory effects, some effects on memory, especially episodic memory, so recalling events that happened perhaps even years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I find it has for an effect on me.
Mm.
And I also have both positive and negative negative things to say about it for anxiety or nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually makes me very self-conscious in social situations, which I regard as a negative thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be positive to be self-conscious, but personally, I think that for me, I don't need to be more self-conscious. So that's a negative effect for me.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do think that lion's mane does reduce other aspects of like default state anxiety for me.
Can you explain what that means to you? Like,
right. So like
elaborate.
So how anxious do I feel day to day? The answer to that question, if I was to rate my level of anxiousness, let's say at 12 a.m. every single day,
Mm-hmm.
during weeks when I have taken lion's mane, I think that my average baseline level of anxiousness would have been decreased. Like that's my experience with with lion's mane.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sort of makes you a bit more mindful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did not experience that effect, I think, but yeah, as I said, I can't recall reading.
Right. How about turmeric?
I have not used that at all, actually.
Really? Like not even in tiny amounts?
I mean, I think like in cooking, perhaps.
Right.
But
yeah.
I haven't ever used it as a nootropic.
I see. I think that's another one which would reduce many people's baseline level of anxiousness, and it does certainly do that for me.
Mm.
I also find it elevates my mood slightly. Perhaps some slight focus enhancing effects for me and energy enhancing effects. but very small.
Yeah.
And otherwise, as regards to learning, I wouldn't say it has any big positive effects for me. I think that was one of the effects that you mentioned.
Yeah, it should have a moderate effect, or the evidence suggests that.
Exactly. Yeah, so that is not something I experienced. Yeah, that's didn't have any stomach issues, any negative effects at all from turmeric. So that's my experience and your experience with lion's mane and turmeric.
Yeah. So I would encourage anyone listening to go to our blog and read the entire article, and see the rest of the list. And as I said, the one at the top has the biggest, has, like, according to the evidence, it has the biggest effect on sleep. So I leave you with that, and hope you'll be interested in reading the article.
Yeah, link in the description of the podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you everyone for listening, and we'll be back with another article soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
See you.